What are some highlights for things that you are doing that you have deployed or are already working on, but not yet deployed?
Back in my old agency, USCIS, Citizenship and Immigration Services, they made, and I love this use case for our asylum officers. So an asylum officer is somebody who will do a long interview with someone seeking protection here in the United States. And usually it'll be, let's say a 3-4 hour interview, that person, their family, why'd you leave your country? And when that officer is doing that interview, they're taking notes in a special application that we have that sort of captures all the questions and all the answers. It's not exactly verbatim, but it's pretty close to verbatim. So today, when we're training new asylum officers, what we literally do is we pull other asylum officers off of their existing interview rotation, and we have them call into the training or even go in person to sit there and pretend to be asylum seekers so people can practice. And so one of the great applications that we've been working on that we released, it's been getting incredible feedback, is instead of having a human there, we will instead ask the question and then actually in training have it pretend to be an asylum seeker. Well, this is my story and this is the reason. And it's been a fascinating process because the department really wanted it to kind of recreate the experience. You're usually working through a translator, things are being miscommunicated, you have to read sometimes legalese, and the person might not even have a elementary school education that you're talking to. And so a lot of the work that the team did was crafting a set of prompts. We didn't do anything too fancy. It was mostly just writing really good prompts for the most part. But we did a lot of work to really, make it so that the person say, what, normally if in the real world, if I said, why'd you leave your country? The person would respond, well, I was afraid. And then you'd have to sort of keep going, keep asking them questions. Well, of course, when we first started to create this application, it said, well, according to the Immigration and Nationality Act, Section 104, Subpart B. And so we had to really prompt it to make sure that it was actually recreating that experience. And I think that gets into also how we tested, how we evaluated. A lot of that is a qualitative thing because there isn't some objective measure for what recreates a real situation. And so I thought that was just a very interesting process. But people have loved it. I mean, it allows you basically to change the scenarios on the fly. It actually provides a lot of consistency in many scenarios because you've given it a certain story or a certain template to tell. It's supposed to having a human actor who might go off script and all these sort of things. So it's been a really interesting application.